Hello, everyone. Officially welcome to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We are very excited to have you joining us today. We have some fantastic schools here with us. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your facilitator for this event. Before we get started, just a couple very quick housekeeping items for you. Just a quick reminder, your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. You can, however, though, use the Q&A feature on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening. There is another round of presentations after this one today, so please feel free to check the website and sign up for anything else you may be interested in. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. And I will put that in the chat box if you would like to save that link as well. I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, the University of Delaware.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Leininger. I am an Associate Director in the Office of Admissions for the University of Delaware. I'm pleased to give you a brief overview of the institution. So, of course, the University of Delaware is a flagship institution. We are about 17 to 18,000 students, depending on the year. And so that does mean that we are a mid to large size school with Division I athletics. And we also have an average class size of 35. This is what the campus looks like. It is all red brick with a lot of green space. And we are a college town located nicely in the mid-Atlantic. So we are about 2.5 hours from New York City, 2.5 hours from Washington, D.C., and about an hour and a half between Philadelphia and Baltimore as well. As noted on the screen, we are on the Northeast Amtrak regional line, which is really nice for students, especially around Thanksgiving, because Interstate 95 can get backed up. And we are a few miles off of the interstate. So it's a really nice way for students to have easy access to our university, as well as many other cities in the metropolitan area. As I was saying before, the campus really is suburban. It does feel like a college town. So even though students have easy access to all of these cities for internships and job placement, they do really enjoy having a college town feel. I mentioned Division I athletics earlier. Of course, we also have over 350 clubs and organizations on our campus. So students are very active and really enjoy the campus community that is built in our backyard of Newark, Delaware. Also at the university, I mentioned the average class size of 35. We have 150 majors at the university. Students can double major. They can add minors in different areas. This website gives students a wonderful overview of all of our academic programs. And by clicking on any of the majors, some of them have video introductions, overviews, as well as a sample for your course schedule. So you can see what the difference is between animal science or pre-veterinary science. What the university is most known for is business, engineering, the health sciences, but we really do expand well beyond that, including art conservation, where we have a wonderful relationship with the Winter Thur. So really encourage you all to explore majors, and then you can also look at our outcomes page. We really encourage students and families when they're looking at that return on investment to explore our outcomes. They are by each school and college, as well as by major. You can see where our students end up for professional careers, as well as their job title. And then we also will show you the graduate school outcomes as well. So if you're curious about what percentage of our biology students go into medical school or public policy students end up going to law school, all of that is available for you here. Of course, we do have an honors college as well, so students can indicate interest when they apply if they are interested in our honors college. The advantages here are early registration for classes. These students live together. There's also early access to undergraduate research and some other experiential learning components. So very much still a part of the general community through clubs and organizations. Not every class is honors, but it is a nice way to enhance your learning if that is of interest to you. The university also offers scholars and fellows programs. So similar to honors, this is a way to make the campus feel smaller. Some of these students do live together, it depends on the program, but one of them photoed here is our climate scholar. So if you're interested in sustainability and climate change, lots of majors can participate in this. It's not specific. So think meteorology and climatology to environmental science to environmental engineering and public policy. And then even one of them is also focused on studying abroad. So we have about 25% of our student population that will study abroad in a non-pandemic year, of course, 100 different locations in 40 countries. We really do encourage our students to consider it. When students are looking to apply, we accept either the common or the coalition application with no preference for which one. We get the same information either way. We do have just the one standard required essay with your application. If students apply test optional or to the honors college, there's no additional writing samples at this current time. We are also test optional through the fall of 2023. Then for letters of recommendation, we only require something from the school counselor, but we'll welcome any additional letters of recommendation. And then we are a school that requires a self-reported transcript through the self-reported academic record. If you are a junior, you can start this early with us. We give you access to the website, so feel free to explore that on your own. We also have some helpful tutorial videos on YouTube and our website. We function with two major deadlines, early action and regular decision. Both of these are completely non-binding, so students have until May 1st to make their final decision. With both of those, we do roll decisions out over time. So we read in the order in which students complete and get that decision out as soon as possible. For financial aid and honors, they do come separately. So you'll notice the FAFSA is listed there. So the free application for federal student aid is all that we require. For merit scholarships, no separate application, and all of our financial resources are available at this website. So udel.edu/finance will give you an overview of the in-state versus out-of-state tuition costs, what merit scholarships are available, and more about our need-based aid awards as well. So lastly, this is our website for all this information and more. And of course, you can always email us at admissions@udel.edu if you have questions beyond today. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, just give me one moment to share my screen. Thank you all for taking some time out of your afternoon. My name is Kevin Medina. I'm one of the assistant deans of undergraduate admission here at Catholic University, right in our nation's capital. And we like to think this as the first step for you writing your story. So a little bit about Catholic U by the numbers. We are a smaller community. We have about 3,100 undergraduate students. About 8% of our students do identify as Catholic. That being said, you do not have to be Catholic whatsoever to attend the university. We're welcoming of all faiths, backgrounds, race, ethnicities, with students from all 50 states in the United States and about 30 different countries spanning the entire globe. And we were founded as a research institution. So we are the second oldest research institution in the United States. So any major, any program can participate in research as early as their freshman year. And as I mentioned, we do try and keep everything relatively small. So our average class size is right around 19 students with a student to faculty ratio of 10:1. And while we are smaller in terms of our student body, we have the largest self-contained campus in Washington, D.C. We sit on 176 acres of self-contained land, making us both, again, the largest campus in terms of space, but also the greenest campus in the city. And thinking about going to a school in the nation's capital is an awesome opportunity for all of our students. The way that we typically will describe students is that we are a metropolitan campus, but only when they want it to be. You really do get the best of both worlds, where you have a very traditional college campus environment, but you also have everything that the fast-paced city lifestyle would have to offer for your internships and to go visit the monuments and the Smithsonian's and the events that are going on in the city. We're also the only university in Washington, D.C. that actually has a dedicated metro stop right on our campus. And we sit on the Red Line, which is the oldest line in Washington, D.C., going straight through Center City. We are just 5 stops away from Gallery Place, Chinatown, which is kind of right where you get into Center City. So again, the best of both worlds. You can have the fast-paced lifestyle every day, every weekend, but you don't have to be surrounded by it 24/7, which a lot of our students find really refreshing. And your time at Catholic won't just be spent in the classroom. We have over 100 different clubs and organizations. Typically, in any given week, we are hosting about 40 to 50 events on our campus and in the surrounding area. And we are an NCAA Division III university. And we have 25 NCAA Division III varsity teams. We are a very active campus. So about 30% of our students are competing at the NCAA Division III level. We also do have 9 different club sports, 16 intramural leagues, and 2 fitness centers, which are entirely free for our students to use. And here at Catholic, every single student will have a minimum of 2 advisors throughout their entire time. You will have one that is working with you from our Center for Academic and Career Success, and then another that is in your specific major. We like to say that DC is run by interns, so it is very difficult to walk out your door and not get hit with some sort of opportunity. Within our own network, we have over 3,000 internships, and here you can see just a slew of a few of the things that our students were participating in last year. And at the undergraduate level, we do have over 70 different majors and programs, over 60 different minors and certificate programs. So definitely a little bit of something for everybody. Our School of Arts and Sciences is our largest overall school, hosting our politics program, which is our largest overall major for obvious reasons, being here in DC. Our School of Architecture students do get their own studio space from day one. Business and engineering have a wide variety of different concentrations and specializations with it. We're the only music, drama, and art school in Washington, D.C. And we do have a direct entry nursing program where students complete about 650 hours of clinical experience. Last year, our students passed at 100% pass rate on their first attempt for their license. School of Philosophy, School of Theology are our 2 oldest schools, and we do have the #1 Catholic school for social service in the entire country. And looking at our application review process, we do recalculate GPA on an unweighted 4.0 scale. We will also look at your strength of curriculum, so the types of courses you took throughout your 4 years. And we are a test blind university. It is a little bit more unique, but we do not consider test scores whatsoever for any student as a part of their application and as a part of their scholarship review process. So you do not have to worry about that whatsoever. In addition to all the academic criteria, we will also be looking at all things outside the classroom. So your activities, your service, your leadership, the essay that you write, and again, all those things outside the classroom. And you will automatically be considered for our university honors program. There is no separate application. And similarly to our honors program, there is no separate application for any of our scholarships. Here you can see a list of the ones that were awarded last year. So we do have our merit scholarships, which range from $15,000 to $32,000 per year. We also do have a parish scholarship and a legacy grant for those students who are a part of the Catholic parish and or have had a parent, grandparent, or sibling graduate from the university, and an Archdiocese scholarship. Again, no separate application. There's a nomination process for the ArchD scholarship, but students that are selected are our highest achieving students, and those students will receive full tuition over their 4 years. And so just to wrap up, looking at next steps, we are still doing our high school visits throughout the fall and then going into the spring. We are hosting interviews for those students who are seniors. They're optional, but it just adds something else to your portfolio. And then follow us on our social media. CUA admission on Instagram tends to be the most popular, where we are hosting what all of our current students are doing and some of our admission events. And again, come visit us on campus. We are hosting visits currently Monday through Saturday, multiple times during the day, as well as virtual events as well. So thank you, and I will pass it along to our next presenter.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nick Cromarco. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at Florida Memorial University, the only HBCU in South Florida. So we have a small campus here in Miami. Our enrollment right now is slightly under 1,000. Our classroom sizes are about 15 to 18 students, capped at around 25. Our student to faculty ratio is about 16 to 1. So we do keep things very small and very intimate on our campus. We do that intentionally because our form of education is experiential education. So you'll never be put in an auditorium with 100, 150 students. We keep everything pretty small and intimate. You can walk our entire campus in a loop in about 15 to 20 minutes. We were founded in 1879 in Live Oak, Florida. Since then, we've had campuses in St. Augustine, in Jacksonville. And then in 1968, we decided to move to Miami, and we've been there ever since. So we've been in the same location for the last 53 years. We've had visitors such as President Obama and Vice President Harris recently. And in 2010, we had a $5 million grant from Miami-Dade County. So we actually have a multi-purpose facility on campus for basketball, volleyball, and other sports. We have some notable alum, people that you may not know by name before this presentation, but Barrington Irving, the youngest and the first Black person to fly around the globe by himself. He is an alum of Florida Memorial University. We have the first and second African-American females to receive their PhDs in radiochemistry. And then also Sabrina Fulton, who's Trayvon Martin's mother, is an alum of Florida Memorial University. So the headquarters for the Trayvon Martin Foundation are located in our library. The summer camp is run out of there, and we do monthly field trips that they sponsor through the Upward Bound program. We're number 5 in the state for our elementary education program, and we have over 45 countries represented on our campus. So we are a huge international population. Our tagline, we learn where you vacation. Everybody wants to be in Miami. We have everything: beaches, art, museums, music, professional sports. We're 20 minutes from South Beach and other popular areas. So a lot of people pay a lot of money to come down to Miami for lengthy periods of time. You can come study down here for 4 years and get a great education. As far as sports, we are an NAIA school. Like I said, our enrollment's a little less than 1,000, but over 50% of our students are student athletes. So for men's, we have men's basketball, baseball, soccer, track and field, and football. For women, we have flag football, indoor volleyball, beach volleyball, soccer, track and field, softball. And we have a varsity and junior varsity basketball team. We have 9 sororities and fraternities on campus, over 40 student clubs and orgs. And recently our marching band, who's in our 2nd year of having our Roar marching band, we were rated number 2 in the country by ESPN for Division II schools as far as our marching band goes. So within 18 months, we've increased our marching band size from about 55 to right around 125 students now, and have all the accolades of being, a top 2 school when it comes to our marching band. We have 30 different majors on campus. So I mentioned Barrington Irving, who's part of our aviation program. So we do own our own plane. It is parked next door at Opelika Airport. So we do have our own flight school. It's cheaper to fly with us because we do own our own plane and we don't have to rent it. We have our health and natural sciences, which includes biology and chemistry, social sciences, which are your criminal justice and psychology majors, our Department of Computer Science, arts and humanities, our School of Business, which includes finance, marketing, business, and accounting. And then, as I mentioned before, our School of Education is ranked number 5 in the state. So we have about 30 different programs. We're starting a sports management major in 2023, and we'll also be offering a minor degree in esports. So we've hired somebody to create a esports program for us. So it'll be used as a competitive club. It'll be used as something you can just do on campus if you want to have some fun, because there's going to be a lab. And then we're going to create a curriculum so that you can actually get a minor in esports. Scholarships, we have 3 different tiers for scholarships. So our Presidential Honor Scholarship goes to students that have 4.0 GPAs. At that point, we pay your entire cost, which is $24,186 for the year. You come out of pocket nothing. If you get our Academic Excellence Scholarship, that's for students with 3.5 GPAs or above. We pay your entire tuition, which is $12,576. You have to pay your fees and your room and board if you decide to live on campus. And then we have our Academic Achievement Scholarship. So those are for students that have 3.25 GPAs or higher. At that point, we cover half of your tuition, which is $62.88. You would cover the other half of your tuition and then your fees and your room and board if you decide to live on campus. We accept all forms of financial aid, scholarships. We are a private school, so if you do have a prepaid scholarship, it's more of a checking account that you'd withdraw funds to help cover the cost. Then finally, the application. We are affiliated with the Common App and the Common Black College app. We also have our own website that you can apply to. It is free to apply. It takes about 10 minutes. The only requirement to get in is that you need to have a 2.0 GPA or higher. We are test optional, so we don't look at SAT or ACT scores for admissions. We only look at it for scholarship opportunities. So all you need to do is submit your transcript. We don't ask for an essay, a personal statement, or a reference. All we care about is that you have a high school diploma and a 2.0 GPA or higher. We are open for visits, so if you'd like to visit our campus, like I said, we're located in Miami. We have visits Monday through Friday at 10 and 3, and then once a month on Saturdays. So we are open for limited visits. And then, like I said, that's the QR code to apply directly to our website, free to apply, takes a little less than 10 minutes to do so. All right, and now I'll turn it over to the next presenter.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your afternoon to learn about all these great institutions. Today, I will be representing St. Leo University, which is located down in Tampa Bay, Florida. So my name is Connor Schaefer. I'm a senior assistant director here at admissions, and I actually am a proud alumni as well from St. Leo, coming from the Northeast. So coming from out of state, I get exactly what you are thinking about right now. My contact information is located at the bottom of the screen. If you don't get time to answer or ask any questions in the chat, definitely feel free to reach out with that contact information. So what is St. Leo University all about? St. Leo was established in 1889, and we're actually the oldest Catholic institution in the state of Florida. We're the second largest Catholic institution in the nation right now, serving around 20,000 students worldwide. Now, if you visit our main campus tomorrow in Tampa, you're going to say, Connor, what are you talking about? There aren't 20,000 students on campus, and you're right. So here on main campus, we roughly have just under 3,000 students. The rest of our student population comes from our education centers throughout the United States and our online program as well. So it's kind of cool because you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting that networking, resources, and amenities from a larger institution, but in your on-ground classes, you're still getting that small classroom vibe with no more than 25 students in a classroom. St. Leo is also currently ranked #4 in the South, so you know you're going to get a good value out of your education, and the cost is going to be affordable. We do have a free application on our website, and we also are on the common application. If any freshmen, sophomores, or juniors are watching this presentation, we are test optional and we will remain test optional. So don't worry if you decide to apply to St. Leo, we will still be test optional for you. We have many different scholarships. If you, they can range from merit scholarships anywhere from 11 up to 14,000. Graduating from a Catholic high school will also get you our Catholic Promise Scholarship as well. So that's always something to reach out and ask questions about to see what you qualify for. We do have over 50 different academic programs housed under 4 different colleges and 1 school. Some of our popular academic programs will be our education programs, our biologies, our sports business, also our psychology as well, and criminal justice are going to be our top 5 programs. We do have our honors program and then our accelerated degree programs where you can get an undergrad at St. Leo in 3 years and then stay 1 extra year for your master's. And we also have our 3+3 accelerated law program. We have a partnership with Barry University down in Miami and then Florida State University up in Tallahassee. I just wanted to give you an idea of some of our newer majors on campus, a lot of our bachelor's of sciences, so our health education and health promotions, our nursing program that we just launched this past year, and then we're really excited about our robotics and artificial intelligence. St. Leo is a very diverse student population. You can kind of tell at the bottom of your screen, we have over 45 different states represented and also over 100 different countries represented on campus. So I always like to say as an alum, if you're bored on campus, it's truly just because you're not taking advantage of what the university has to offer. So we have over 70 different clubs and organizations, including things like intramurals, Greek life, and also esports. We have over 400 different student and athletes on campus spread out from 23 different NCAA Division II athletic teams. We are a part of the Sunshine State Conference. We are a residential campus, so no worries. You will always have somewhere to live on campus in one of our 14 different residential halls that normally, when I was a student, I was your first year traditional housing, but now all of our students from a freshman all the way up to a senior can be in suite apartment styles. We do a lot of fun things on and off campus. We have our off-campus trips, especially coming from out of state. I was really excited about. We'll bring our students to the Orlando parks, things in Tampa, downtown. Also just simple things like the local malls. I'm really into the professional organizations, especially in the Tampa Bay region. So we'll bring our students to places like the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Tampa Bay Rays, or even the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we actually are the executive educational partnership to the Bucs. So that's always a cool time to be in the Tampa Bay area. If you're worried about going out of state, we actually are the safest campus in the state of Florida and 7th in the nation, so you never have to worry about safety while you're on our campus. We have many different dining hall options to take advantage of. One of my favorites that opened 2 years ago is our Benedict's Coffee House that serves Starbucks products. We have our traditional dining hall, and we also have the Hungry Lion food truck on campus. So you'll see a St. Leo food truck driving around campus on a daily. One really cool thing I said about St. Leo, there's always something new going up, even in a pandemic year. We actually this month are opening our brand new wellness center that you can see one of the most updated photos of it in the bottom right side of your screen. What's cool about this facility is it actually has the largest infinity pool at a university in the state of Florida. So we are open for tours Monday through Friday on select Saturdays as well, and we are hosting our normal events this year. But I know sometimes it's hard to get on a plane or in the car to drive down to Florida, so feel free to take a picture of the screen. The QR code on the left is our virtual tour, and then on the right is another way to request additional information. Again, thank you so much for hearing about St. Leo University, located in Tampa Bay, Florida, and I hope to work with you all in the future. Have a great day, everyone.
I believe we have Piedmont up next.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my screen to share. All right, can y'all see that? We good?
It is loading. There we go.
Thank you. Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi is being difficult today. All right, so let me start my timer. All right, my name is Victoria Beck, and I'm from Piedmont University. We're located in Demorest, Georgia. Is my screen going black real too? I don't know why it's doing.
It looks good on our end.
Okay, cool. So just a little bit about Piedmont. We are founded in 1897. We're a small liberal arts institution. We're also private. Like I mentioned, we are small, so there's about 2,500 students total enrollment on our campuses and about 730 residential students on our Demorest campus. We are a Division III athletic school with 19 different collegiate sports. We have 49 different clubs and organizations on campus. There's always something to do and get involved with, and we have 50 plus different programs of study as well on our campuses. So something that happened recently at Piedmont, we went from Piedmont College to Piedmont University, and with that, we came up with the Piedmont Promise. And our Piedmont Promise is to provide an educational experience that is personal in approach, passionate in application, and practical in impact. So we do have two campuses, but Demorest is our main campus. Athens, Georgia is also a campus, but that's specifically for transfer students or students returning to complete their degrees. But Demorest is the home for anybody wanting to live on campus, so residential living, as well as athletic teams in general. And we are located, if you're familiar with Georgia at all, about an hour from Atlanta, which is the capital of Georgia, right near the mountains in a beautiful area. We call the foothills of the mountains because you can see them there. But we have closer access to larger cities as well. Like I mentioned, we are smaller, so our student to faculty ratio is about 10 to 1, making our average class size 11. And 72% of students live on campus. And so the majority of our students do live on Demorest's campus. So like I mentioned earlier, we are at Division III for athletics. We have several different opportunities for students to get involved with athletics, everything from cross country, cycling, swimming, volleyball, tennis, etc. Some of our most quote unquote famous teams are our baseball team, lacrosse, and soccer. They've won the most championships as well. And then cycling is also really good as well. We've had 50 plus different conference championships, as well as 14 national championships, specifically with women's cycling. And like I mentioned, we are in NAAD3, and we've had 25 different postseason appearances for athletics. We also have a majority of our students participate in athletics, at least one semester, 1 year they're at college, and 52% of our students are athletes on our campus. So even though that we are small, we have 1,000,001 ways to get involved on our campus. We have 49 different student organizations, everything from Greek life to different leadership opportunities. We have the Student Government Association, which is like the student council for the collegiate level. We also have CAB, which is our Campus Activities Board. They're the people that plan student-wide events. They plan everything from bonfires to beach volleyball, karaoke, just campus-wide events that you can either attend to as a student, or you can be on CAB, help plan the event, and then go and put that on your resume as a resume builder, or just something fun to attend to in general on our campus. I went rafting with students back when it was a little warmer a few weeks ago. And so there's always these big events that are happening that people can get involved with on our campus. Amidst a COVID year in 2020, we still had 224 events happen on our campus. And we've definitely had more this year as well. And so there's just always ways to get involved, like I mentioned before. And so these are just some statistics about Piedmont in general. We are ranked #1 safest college campus in North America. We're also ranked #1 private college in Georgia, and we're ranked number 27 for the best value schools in a US News World Report as well. At the very bottom, those are just some alumni that are pretty prominent, either in the state of Georgia or just nationally as well. So let's talk a little bit about the admissions process. The process to apply is very easy. We are on the Common App, so you can apply that way, or you can apply directly through our website as well. There is no application fee. We're free to apply for. And if you apply directly through our website, it takes less than 10 minutes. So it's a very easy application as well. We do not require test scores currently, so we're currently test optional. If you do not want to submit your SAT scores or ATC scores, that can help you depending on what type of scholarship you will receive. But if you do not want to submit those, if you didn't take it, we will definitely just look at your high school transcripts, and so you'll just give that to us for the admissions decision. And so like I mentioned before, your SAT scores or ACT scores can affect what type of scholarship you receive, but 100% of our freshmen do receive financial aid in that form of a merit-based scholarship. And so if you do submit your GPA, it's 100% based on your GPA. If you submit test scores, it's 60% based on your GPA, 40% based on your test scores. But we're going to give you the highest option of the two. And that's just information about me. Definitely feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Victoria. All right. Thank you guys again just so much for joining us this afternoon. I know it's your Sunday afternoon, but it's a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about some institutions that you kind of have out in front of you. So my name is Grant Nairn. I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment at Mississippi State University. I've been with the university for 7 years and strictly working with students from the state of Virginia for the past 3 years. So I'm super excited you could take some time out this afternoon and join us, especially since we all got an extra hour of sleep last night. So to learn a little bit about Mississippi State and where we are actually located in Starkville, Mississippi. It is in the northeast portion of the state and super accessible to Memphis, Tennessee, and Birmingham, Alabama, and the state capital of Jackson, Mississippi. We are a college town, but we are voted a top 25 college town. So you do have plenty of things to do at your disposal during your time on campus with us. So just to give you some background and history of Mississippi State University, we were founded as Mississippi A&M, standing for Mississippi Agricultural and Mechanical College. So basically in anything in engineering. So our foundation and our pillars are noted in the fields of agriculture and engineering. And then since then, we've acquired a ton of other different majors, offering over 180 different majors and concentration programs to prospective students like yourself. Mississippi State is located in the Southeastern Conference. We are Division I athletics, which brings a lot of national interest and recognition. And so we do have students from all counties in the state of Mississippi, all 50 states, including the District of Columbia, and then also over 80 different countries on our campus. So we do have a wide makeup of students on our campus, and we are enrolled right at about 23,000 students on our campus. So you get the feeling of being a part of something larger, but still on the flip side of that, we still can provide you a small, intimate learning environment with a 16:1 student-faculty ratio. So your professors, your faculty, and your staff kind of get to know you a little bit more personally there. So it's super unique in that you get the both sides of the coin. You get to be a part of something larger, but still small learning environments for you. We do have 4,200 acres of campus. I tell you that for two reasons. One, it makes us the largest institution in the state of Mississippi and being a land grant institution, but then also we are a Tier 1 Top 100 Carnegie Research Institution. So we provide you ample research opportunities starting at the undergraduate level even as early as your first semester on campus with us your freshman year. So this is super unique in that a lot of institutions can't offer that until either later in your undergraduate program or even at the graduate level. But here at Mississippi State, we want to make sure you give yourself ample opportunities there. As I mentioned earlier, we were founded in the field of agricultural and engineering, but we've since acquired over 180 different majors and concentrations. And so just to kind of give you a brief overview of what you're looking at, we have a College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. So anything in the field of agriculture, we have some super unique programs with horticulture, landscape architecture, and it's not just anything that has to deal with agriculture in terms of crops and those types of things. So we are a top 10 school in the United States for agricultural research. So super unique in that they are kind of crafting the future of food and what that looks like. Another academic college we have is the College of Architecture, Art and Design. We are a top 25 program in all of North America, and it is all studio-based. So you actually graduate within our program and graduate as a licensed certified architect. We also, within our College of Business, are very proud of our Entrepreneurship Center. So we are actually voted number 6 worldwide for entrepreneurship research. So we house a lot of information and have a lot of opportunities for student success and what that looks like. As I mentioned earlier, we are founded on the basis of engineering. So we have everything from aerospace to petroleum engineering and everything in between. Biggest thing I always like to tell students on when they're looking at for the field of engineering is to look at co-ops and internship opportunities. Mississippi State provides ample opportunity. We encourage all students to go through that route. It's not required, but we do recommend it. And 95% of those students who go through that program actually graduate with a job beforehand. We also have our College of Forest Resources. Environmental conservation has been a large growth for this academic college, so a lot of cool things and unique things happening there. And then our College of Veterinary Medicine as well. As you can see, you have a lot of great institutions, and I can speak on behalf of all my colleagues in this realm. We encourage you to get involved in at least one student organization because we want to make sure that you make it your home away from home. At Mississippi State University specifically, we do have over 360 student organizations. They range in terms of student involvement. So anything from student association to Greek life to the Holmes Cultural Diversity Center. I promise you can find some capacity to get involved. And you definitely want to utilize that and take advantage of that opportunity to network yourself. So at Mississippi State University, our application did open on August the 1st, and it is still open because we practice rolling admission. So you can apply at any point throughout this academic year and even into the summer for the fall 2022 term, and we will be more than happy to review your application for admission. Now, for Mississippi State University, we are test optional, so you do not have to have test scores for the purpose of admission review. But we do encourage you to test if you have opportunity, because we'll talk about that here in just a second with scholarship opportunities. At the bottom of your screen, you can see a timeline of what you can expect throughout your senior year, just to kind of note and take note of. Being an out-of-state student in the state of Virginia, obviously you're classified as a non-resident student. We are rated about 35.5, so we can give you your education for $35,000 per year, and that's all inclusive. That's for our residential housing, our meal plan, and our out-of-state tuition all encompassed. Now, I will be working directly with you through the admissions and scholarship exploration. So once you gain acceptance, I'll be working with you now on the back end for scholarship opportunities. You can see a few of those listed on your screen. 2 of which I like to point out are merit-based scholarships. We do encourage you to test if you have access, just because we do give merit-based awards starting at a 22 ACT and an 1100 SAT and a 3.0 GPA. If you meet one of those criteria, you will automatically qualify for $8,500 per year upon admission. Obviously, the higher the score, the higher the offer. So we definitely encourage you to kind of consider that as you're thinking about Mississippi State. In addition, we also offer the veterans waiver. So if you're the dependent of a veteran or an active service member, we will actually waive your out-of-state tuition in full. So that's something to also consider as well. We do encourage you to start visiting campuses as you're looking at this process. You can schedule an on-campus visit or a virtual option, whatever is most suited for you. And lastly, I'm going to throw my information up here so you have that contact information. And please let me know if there's anything I can do to personally help you guys in this exploration. Thank you.
All right, great job to all of our presenters. Looks like we have about 5-ish minutes left together. So I'm going to ask everyone to please come back on camera. We're going to do one Q&A question to wrap up our time together today. And just a quick reminder, we'll just go in the same order that everyone presented in, just so there's no confusion. So that question that we will wrap up with is, what is one piece of advice you would offer to someone going through the college search process?
So I'll get us started. My piece of advice is always to use your backyard as a great starting point to the college search. There's so many wonderful colleges out there, and using your backyard, whether the big schools, the small schools, might save you a trip somewhere, so you can at least get to know yourself, what type of institution seems to be the best fit for you, and then you can spend the dollars traveling further out and seeing the other institutions. So really, explore and get to know yourself, and you'll end up somewhere wonderful.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I would also say, use us as a resource. That is what we are here for. Connect with and find out whoever your specific admission counselors at all of the respective schools that you're applying to. And again, use us as a resource. Ask us all of the questions. We are here to chat with you. We've heard all of the questions before. So again, just use us as a resource, and we're really here to make the process as smooth and as easy as possible for you and your family.
For me, it's really two things tied into one. It's keep your options open, but never settle. So there's going to be some universities you hear from that you've never thought of as an opportunity or even heard of before. Do your due diligence, take your time to look into them, see what they have to offer, but don't settle on a school that's less than your standards. So if you want to be a marketing major, don't go to a school that doesn't have marketing just because you might like their campus. So keep all your options open, but never settle for anything less than what you want to do.
Nicholas took mine, but I'm just going to piggyback. Definitely keep an open mind. Between Nicholas and I, we would love for you to come down to Florida. So definitely, if you ask senior year Connor if I was going to go to Florida from New Jersey, I would have said there's no way until I visited. So just keep an open mind throughout that process.
Connor, you touched a little bit on what I was going to say. Definitely, if you're able to, go visit your campuses. Campus tours are huge. You can look online all you want, but when you visit campus, it's going to be very different. Obviously, out-of-state travel can be a little harder, so definitely do virtual tours and talk to your advisors and counselors about different options available to you.
Such great advice from all of my colleagues here. So one of the things I would just encourage you guys to do is just kind of also remember to enjoy your senior year. This is a year you won't get back. Stay organized and stay on top of things and connect with us. But also just remember to enjoy this year because you won't get it back. So we're excited to help you through this process, and we're more than happy to do that. But we also remember that you are also just a senior.
Great answers from everyone. That brings us to the end of our time together. I have one slide to wrap up on, so let me get that up for you. All right, so again, just one more official thank you from myself, from all of us, for attending today. Students, families, when you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey, and we would greatly appreciate any feedback that you have to provide for us. There's also one more round of sessions happening today, so please check the website and sign up if there's anything else that you are interested in, and you will be able to find this session's recording as well as all other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. So that wraps up, I cannot talk today. That wraps up our time together. Thank you one more time. And from myself, and I'm sure all of our presenters, we really do wish you the absolute best of luck in finding that perfect school for you. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.